All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real issues and real music and doing it in real time for a few real people out here, just like you there and just like me here. All right, so I'm going to be talking about Bruce Springsteen because he's gone off the rails, completely losing his mind about Donald Trump. Um, and his beloved America, which apparently he's over in the UK right now, and he's on tour. What's weird is, right? So I went to the thrift store earlier and today, and I picked up this. Right? I'm thinking, do I get the Springsteen album or not? Born to Run. This is before you knew exactly what Bruce was about. And then this with still quite a bit of plastic all over it. Tunnel of Love, which was Bruce's intentional departure away from what he did on Born in the USA. I do like this album, and I kind of like Born to Run as well. But man, oh man, when you read an article like this, you're thinking to yourself, okay, this so called working class hero doesn't understand what America is about as far as people wanting to earn decent wages. People don't want to compete with foreigners for jobs. I mean, I can go down the list of things here, but let me just read what the mainstream media is saying. This is all over the place. Just use a search engine. Here's what it says. Bruce Springsteen was born in the USA, raised in the USA, and is now righteously, notice how they frame this, he's righteously angry. So his anger is righteous, according to the media. This while performing at Co-op Live in Manchester in the UK. This was yesterday. Springsteen proclaimed his dissent with the Trump administration over its authoritarianism. Now, I'm wondering, because at least Bruce is somewhat outspoken and I guess fairly clear and direct, if he might not be in the running for a job over at MSNBC. Because they could use some new talent over there. They really could. So the mighty E Street Band is here tonight. This is Springsteen talking. To call upon the righteous power of art, of music. This sounds very religious. The righteous power of art, of music, of rock and roll. The power of rock and roll in dangerous times. Okay. The mighty Springsteen declared before starting his 2001 track, Land of Hope and Dreams. You could see videos all over social media. Apparently, people are sharing them. In my home, the America I love, the America I've written about, that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years, is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous administration. Let that sink in for a second, what he's saying here. It's in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and incompetent? I'm just, wow. And treasonous administration. You know, the word treason is thrown around a lot like other terms are now. Everything is treason. It's treason to make sure that jobs go to Americans. It's treason to make sure criminals are sent packing in America today. This isn't about a political thing to me. This is about, okay, what is it that you believe in that is going to help America? Bruce, what is it? And again, the word democracy here. All who believe in democracy and the best of our American experiment, we ask you to rise with us. Rise. Raise your voices against authoritarianism and let freedom ring. Now, let me be clear here. To sound like a former president, let me be clear. All right. I don't like everything that's happening right now. There are some things that I think could be done a little bit differently. However, say deporting criminals I don't have a problem with that. There are a number of other things like trying to lower prices on goods and services. I know, tariffs, right? Tariffs. Remember, the stock market was going to be ruined, and then like 2 weeks later, the stock market is back to where it was before. Everything's a crisis. The sky is falling. We've only got 10 years left. That's what they said 20 years ago. Only 10 years left because you keep driving your gas-powered vehicle. You only got 10. The ice caps will be gone. I don't know if the ice caps are gone. I don't think they are. Well, they're shrinking. Don't you care? Yes, I care so much that maybe we should spray the atmosphere with chemicals. Because that's what they're doing. Okay? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I mean, you could Google that, and they're saying, hey, we need to block the sun. Okay, block the sun all you want. Just it's not gonna end well. The article goes on here. Again, this is from MSN.com, so you know where they're coming from, which is weird because the media itself, like the old media, they continually tell us how non-biased they are, but yet, why would you lead off with he's righteously angry? Righteous means he's got every reason to be angry, and we are going to describe his anger as righteous. Goes on to say, Springsteen has been a critic of Trump since 2016, usually focusing, as he did this time, on Trump not aligning with his version of American values. His version. Well, they kind of got that one right. Often referring to Trump as un-American. That's weird because I think Trump was born here in America, right? I don't know. I'm thinking he was. You can't say that for sure about some other people, but yeah, I know I'm going to get hit for that. But anyway, in January 2017, he spoke out against Trump's executive order seeking to ban foreign nationals from predominantly Muslim countries from visiting the United States, calling it anti-democratic and fundamentally un-American. I don't know, folks. I think we've had enough immigration to last several lifetimes. I get it that, immigrants built the country. But typically, we knew that when people came here, they wanted to be here. And they were going to contribute to society to some degree. Most of them wanted to work and maybe escape persecution in their own country. But it's weird because a lot of people come here from other countries and then they try to turn America into their country, which is weird because if America is so great, why not just leave it alone? Try to blend in. We used to call that assimilation. That's how it was once described. But if you say that word now, it's what is that word they like to use? There are other terms they use that I hear all the time. Jingoistic, maybe. Nativist. Are you a nationalist? Are you nativist? Yeah, no, I'm not. So anyway, Bruce goes over to the UK, does a concert, and rather than just playing, this is one guy that should just play music. Just play the hits. I mean, he's got a few of them, right? I mean, I found these albums, and I'm thinking, I only paid $0.25 each for them because nobody wants vinyl anymore. Maybe it'll be worth something someday. I also got the Styx album you see on the turntable, and I had a confrontation with somebody regarding that. So that's going to be another video because it's so illustrative of the power of narrative. Like if you say something over and over again, even people who aren't really paying attention, they start to agree with it, even if it's not true. So anyway, I'll get to that. Maybe I'll do that video after this video. But, look, I don't really have anything against Bruce Springsteen other than the fact that he goes around and contradicts his own music, right? About the working class, about Americana, about all those things, the struggle of the working man and so forth, under the boot of real authoritarianism, saying, hey, we're going to take care of the elite citizens before we take care of the grunt workers, the people that actually make his concerts a thing. So just a few thoughts on this. I know some people hate it when I go into politics, but this one was kind of low-hanging fruit, and it's all over the internet. So there needs to be some competing narratives out here, and the Borg can't just drown everybody else out who doesn't agree with them. This happened to me 4 years ago when literally everybody was saying the same thing. And if you contradicted what they were saying, they tried to block you. So talk about authoritarianism. Yeah, that happened a lot during that time frame when these companies were basically colluding with the government and barring certain information or going out of their way to impugn the character of people. Some people who were much smarter than the so-called experts, and they were right, and those other people were wrong, and nobody apologized. And there need to be hearings, and somebody needs to go to jail. But they probably won't, but somebody needs to go to jail. And if there's no accountability, my guess is it's probably just going to keep happening. So there you have it. A very lightweight critique of what Springsteen is doing by yours truly, somebody who's not an expert. I'm not an expert on politics or religion or music. I just like to talk a lot. So keep that in mind. If you want to help this channel, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, YouTube memberships, and PJ Rock Super Chats. I appreciate the support and the help. I need it as I continue to try to rebuild this thing. God bless everyone, even Bruce Springsteen. Former Catholic school guy, I think, Bruce Springsteen. I don't know what happened to him, but, theology matters, and certain theologies are better than others, and that's a whole other video.